from CBS Sports. What each team should do at the NFL trade deadline. For the Browns, they say stand pat. Cowboys, Chargers, Steelers, Browns are teams that already have solid rosters, just need to play to their talent level to put themselves in contention. On the backside of that, we'll go with 4 trade ideas for the Browns. This from Dog Pound Daily. Number 4, they say wide receiver Courtland Sutton from the Broncos, and they say trade DPJ and a day 2 pick for him. Number 3, Chase Young, edge rusher from the Commanders, at least a second-round pick. Number 2, Taylor Heineke, quarterback Falcons, 4th or 5th-round pick. And number 1, they say Derrick Henry, running back Titans, 3rd-round pick, and they say, and perhaps more. All right, so there are your options. Stan Pat, Courtland Sutton, Chase Young, Taylor Heineke, Derrick Henry. Are you biting on any of them?
I don't think, again, I'm not like a huge Taylor Heineke guy. Courtland Sutton is more the same. It's like, oh, do we really need another? Like, I would rather get a vet like a DeAndre Hopkins or something like that. Somebody can be reliable. Those have been the trades that's worked out at wide receiver. Chase Young, I mean, like, if you just want to have absurd athleticism on the edge and just see what he can do there, then yeah, but I don't think the compensation will make sense there. And then Derrick Henry, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that either. So I don't think any of the big moves are happening that people want to be made. But I think there might be a small move here or there, or a more incremental move made.
What are some of the targets that you think of then? Some of the trade deadline targets you think Andrew Berry might be looking at?
Yeah, guys like Ezra Cleveland. He's a guard right now for the Minnesota Vikings, but he's also somebody who has potential to flip to tackle. Guys like I mentioned DeAndre Hopkins. The reason I want DeAndre Hopkins is he's a safety blanket type player, right? When Deshaun Watson has to break the pocket and make a throw, DeAndre Hopkins was always who he looked for because he's always been that kind of safety blanket player. He thrives in that kind of a play style. Both PJ and Deshaun, and if you go to DTR, they're going to need somebody like that. And also, just for Deshaun's sake, look, you're walking into a situation that, let's say he gets healthy, best case scenario 2 weeks, Dave. Let's just assume it's 6 weeks to a month. That means he's going to have, 4 or 5 games to get ready for the postseason if the Browns are in a position to do that. And in that kind of situation, you want to surround Deshaun Watson with as much familiarity as possible to help that curve be is to help get rid of the steepness of that curve as much as possible. And having a familiar face and familiar player like D-Hop there will be something that can help them and help anybody else who has to play quarterback this year.